What's up, travelers? It's Eliz from Means to Travel, back with another travel tip for our series on this channel called Travel Tip Tuesdays. And in today's travel tip video, I'm going to be sharing with you kind of a two-parter where I'm going to share how I pack all of my socks that I need to bring on my travels, especially if I'm carrying just a carry-on like I have here with me. I have my Tumi Alpha 2 bag that I created a review video for on this channel before, which I'll link down below. And then also the way that I get all of these shoes into my bag to save the most amount of space. So this is definitely a space-saving tip day. Just wanted to say I am filming this in the winter time, so I'm going to be showing you kind of what I would bring with me on a trip, whether it's in a carry-on or a checked bag in terms of a shoe wardrobe for winter. But there's also going to be very similar things that I bring if I was going somewhere with warmer weather. Maybe I would just switch out one or two of these pairs of shoes. So I have a pair of flip-flops here. If it was summertime, I'd maybe bring a nicer pair of sandals with me as well instead of the flip-flops because I might be wearing them outside of my hotel room. I have a nice pair of shoes, which for wintertime, for me, it means high-heeled booties that are leather. Then I have some waterproof walking shoes. These have really good soles on them from Clark's. And then I'm also wearing another pair of waterproof booties on my feet that I would wear on the plane. In the summertime, I'd be swapping these out for fancier tennis shoes that zip on and off as well if I was going to another city. So I need to get a lot of socks into my shoes in order to save space in how I'm packing, because you don't want to waste all of that space that's like inside of the shoe itself when you're packing. You want to make sure that you're utilizing all that extra space so it's not just empty. So I'll show you how I get all of these socks into these shoes, so let's fast forward. And voila! I have an entire week's supply of socks, whether they are more like trouser socks, I have a pair of slipper socks, I have a couple walking socks in here, and even a tiny little ankle sock as well. So I have all the socks that I would need for a trip packed into these shoes now, and the way that I would then put them into my luggage is I would actually use color-coded bags. So a lot of times you'll have advertisements that are given to you if you travel a lot to purchase shoe bags for your shoes, but instead I usually just use plastic baggies that I get from going to places like Target or Walgreens or any sort of supermarket or pharmacy, and I reuse those. And specifically, I assign one color bag to each pair of shoes. So here we have, these are Kroger bags, and these are brown. So I'm gonna put them with these shoes here. And then I have some Walmart bags here. They're dark gray, so I'll assign them to these shoes. And then here are some Ocado bags from when I was in the UK, and I'm going to assign them to the flip-flops. So with some bigger, thicker shoes that I have here, meaning the waterproof sneakers and the leather booties, I typically like to double up each shoe with two bags just in case the bag rips while I'm traveling. So I actually have 4 Kroger bags here. I've already doubled them up. Then I will put one shoe into each bag instead of putting 2 pairs of shoes into one bag, because then that way I can kind of move them around within my suitcase and like make sure that every nook and cranny is taken up, and I can put things in between the 2 bags, that sort of thing. So let's get these into the suitcase now. So I put them into the plastic bag, and then I literally twist the entire bag around the shoe, so that way the shoe itself doesn't have any sort of extra air pocket, and it takes up as little room as possible in my luggage. See, there's 2. And with something that has a heel like these booties, the way that I wrap the plastic bag actually helps protect the heel a little bit. And I put the plastic handle in between the heel like this. And then when you're packing sandals, you don't want to have the straps get any sort of damage or squished inside of your suitcase and then get deformed. So the way that I prevent that. Of course, there's always going to be a little bit of issue with it, but the way that I try to prevent that is I take a larger baggie for my sandals, and then I use the excess to kind of pad the straps themselves and tuck the excess baggie into the foot part of the sandal. So that way it acts a little bit as a barrier from having any sort of squished strap issues. The baggie itself is kind of tucked into the strap bed, so that way there's a little bit of cushion here and the strap's not going to get squished all the way down to the actual sole of the shoe. So let's do it for this one and then pack this bad boy up and we should be good to go on footwear. Okay, so this one's all packed up too. See, you can't really squish the sandal down too much. So now it's time to actually put the shoes into the suitcase itself, and as I've said on this channel before, I love to utilize all of the space possible in my carry-on bags and in my check bags in order to optimize the amount of things I can bring. So in this bag, as very similar to a lot of bags you'll see, there's a handlebar well and wheel wells from the wheels on the bottom and the handlebar on the back. So there's all this extra space that you might find in between the handlebars. So you don't want to waste that space. You don't want that to be dead space in your bag. So what I end up doing is I put each individual shoe in between the handlebar wells. So for example, I'll take this shoe and I'll put it kind of like scrunch it into one side, and then I take this shoe and kind of put it in an opposite way in between the other handlebar here. So that uses all of that space there pretty efficiently. Then for the leather boots with the heels, because they have the heels, they're not going to fit as efficiently in between the handlebars. They're just a little bit taller. So I put those on the top because they fit perfectly along the top side. And I put those in an opposite way, so that way they're next to each other. Now with the sandals, I can either put them right next to the other shoes here, kind of make them opposite each other with the tops of them, or if I need to save that space for more toiletries or a makeup bag or something like that, because the sandals are very flat on the bottom, they can easily slip into this mesh pocket up here that you never really know what to do with this mesh pocket. It really can only handle some flat things, and most suitcases will have something like that. So that easily zips closed, and I can just fold my suitcase together with that in there like that. So I hope you guys found this video to be extremely helpful in learning how I pack my shoes and socks very space efficiently in my luggage. If you did like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up down below, and also don't forget to press that red subscribe button below too so you don't miss any travel tips or other travel videos on this channel to come. Thanks everybody for watching. Cheers, happy travels. Bye!
Hey travelers, don't forget to subscribe and let's hang out more. Here are some links to other helpful travel videos on my channel, and press that notification bell so you don't miss any new and awesome travel videos to come.